Good day everyone! Welcome to Simple Science, Science Simplified. Today, we'll talk about acid rains. We've all experienced rain. We are in a tropical country, so rain is no stranger to us. But what about acid rains? How much do we know about it? Is it normal? How is it formed? Let's all find out. Here in the Philippines, we don't normally discuss the acid rain, and many people are not really aware of it until the year 2011. Last 2011, following the magnitude 9 earthquake that struck Japan that resulted in a massive tsunami and the destruction of the Fukushima nuclear plant, a misleading fake news circulated here in the Philippines that the destruction of the nuclear plant will bring forth a huge amount of radiation leak that will reach the Philippines and produce acid rain. Public advisories were spread on Facebook and through SMS, and many people believed it. The advisory looked like this. Japanese government confirms radiation leak at Fukushima nuclear plants. Asian countries should take necessary precautions. Remain indoors for the first 24 hours. They are advised to close doors and windows. Swab neck skin with betadine where thyroid area is. The radiation hits thyroid first. Take extra precaution. Radiation may hit our country starting at 4 p.m. Many people believed the fake news and it resulted in an acid rain scare that prompted schools to suspend classes. The most notable school to do so was our very own Polytechnic University of the Philippines in all of its branches in Luzon. Pag-asa later debunked the news because it is impossible for the radiation leak to reach the Philippines because the smoke or the leak is carried by amihan and is carried in the opposite direction away from the Philippines.
With all this news about acid rain, now let us learn what it really is. Acid rain is rain or any other form of precipitation that is unusually acidic, meaning that it possesses elevated levels of hydrogen ions. Acid rain is caused by emissions of carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, and nitrogen oxide, which react with the water molecule in the atmosphere to produce acids. Normal rain is slightly acidic with a pH of 5.6, while acid rain generally has a pH between 4.2 and 4.4. What causes acid rain? Rotting vegetation and erupting volcanoes release some chemicals that can cause acid rain. But most acid rain is a product of human activities. The biggest sources are coal-burning power plants, factories, and automobiles. When humans burn fossil fuels, sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxides are released in the atmosphere. Those air pollutants react with water, oxygen, and other substances to form airborne sulfuric and nitric acid.
What are the effects of acid rain? Acid rain has many ecological effects, especially on lakes, streams, wetlands, and other aquatic environments. Acid rain makes such water more acidic, which results in more aluminum absorption from soil, which is carried into lakes and streams. That combination makes water toxic to crayfish, clams, fish, and other aquatic animals. Acid rain and fogs also damage forests, especially those at higher elevation. The acid deposit rob the soils of essential nutrients such as calcium and cause aluminum to be released in the soil, which is make it hard for trees to take up water. Trees' leaves and needles are also harmed by acid. Although acid rain can harm humans immediately, the sulfur dioxide creates health problems for human beings, particularly sulfur dioxide particles. When these things get into people's lungs, this causes respiratory complications like pneumonia and bronchitis that could lead to permanently damaging your lungs. Acid rain causes a corrosion apocalypse. Acid rain doesn't just ruin your clothing and break your apart buildings. It can also have dramatic consequences for our monuments, sculptures, and artwork. Acid will slowly dissolve the stone or corrodes metal, causing them ultimately crumble into pieces over time.
How can we address acid rain? The only way to fight acid rain is by curbing the release of the pollutants that cause it. This means burning fewer fossil fuels and setting air quality standards. Conserve energy. Since energy production creates large amount of the pollutants that cause acid rain. One important step you can take is to conserve energy. The next one is minimize the miles. Driving cars also produce large amount of nitrogen oxides, which causes acid rain. To help cut down on air pollution from cars, you can carpool or take public transportation such as buses and trains. And the last one is alternative fuels. An excellent way to prevent acid rain is to stop using non-renewable fuels and switch over to renewable sources of energy such as solar, wind, and water energy. As the technology for this alternative energy increases, they will become more accessible to the public.
Thank you for watching and have a great day. This is Simple Science, Science Simplified.